my beautiful people. I welcome you to today's episode of Learn. In the last class, we solved this very basic exercise using elimination method, and today we will solve something very much similar to it, just another case scenario. So what if here was positive, and then this will also change as it will become 6. So I'm just slightly modifying the question so as to explain to us another scenario in which we can have this simple simultaneous equation. Okay, so remember in the last class I showed us how to do this simple mathematics which we all did in our elementary classes. Okay, but today I would just like us to do this. So 8 subtract 6, that will give us 2. 2 subtract 2, that gives us 0, and 3 subtract 2, that gives us 1. So if you know how to do this, then be glad and rejoice, because you will be able to solve this simultaneous equation in a split second. Alright my friends, so let's get ready to solve this right now. So just like we do in our elementary mathematics. So now, I told you when solving elimination method, it is very good to first of all consider the signs before your variables. For here we have positive 3, positive 2, positive 8, positive 2x, positive 2y, positive 6. So now, unlike the last one we did where we said this 2y and there was a negative sign here which made it very easy for us to eliminate 2y. In this case, we don't have negative 2y. So how do we eliminate this? Very simple. We just subtract. We subtract equation 2 from equation 1, just as we did in the example I just showed you of our very elementary mathematics. So why can't we apply that principle here? Let's go. 8 minus 6, that gives us 2. I can choose to do it this way. Okay, then now please take note that the negative sign is affecting everything on equation 2. That is why I said 8 subtract 6 here, which gives us 2. Then positive 2y subtract 2y, that will give us 0, just like we did in the last exercise. And then here we now have 3x minus 2x, that will give us x. So very simple my friends, we have gotten our x to be equals to 2, and that is all there is to it. Very simple. You don't need to go to Cambridge to be able to solve this very simple arithmetic. So now that we have gotten this, what's next? We need to find y, because we all know that simultaneous equations always involves two variables. So let's quickly substitute x equals to 2 in our equation 1. Let's do that in a split second. Alright my friends, so now that we have gotten our x above to be equals to 2, we can easily substitute x equals to 2 in this equation 1. We can also use equation 2, just depending on choice. Whichever one you feel is better for you, you can use. So let's quickly substitute x equals to 2 in this equation. That gives us 3 bracket 2. Remember, anywhere we see x, we remove x and put 2. That is what substitution means. Equals 8. Then we are left with 3 multiplied 2, that is 6, plus 2y equals 8. So let's go. Here we have 2y equals 8 subtract 6. I believe we understand how I got this. This positive sign, when it crosses this equality sign to go to the other side, it becomes negative. So we are left with 2y is equals 2, And then we all know that when we have something like this, we divide by the coefficient of y, that is the number before y, so we are left with y equals 1. And that is it, my beautiful people. We have solved this very simple simultaneous equation. So kindly sit back just in a split second. I will solve another case scenario so that any way the question comes, you will be able to tackle it. Okay, my friends, thank you for sitting still with me on this channel. Remember, I promise to deliver real value in real time for you, my beautiful people. So this is another case scenario. Now, as you can see in this question, we don't have any value that can be easily eliminatable like the ones we have been doing before now. So remember, I told you when you have a simultaneous equation, the best way to eliminate is to make sure that either your x or your y variables are the same. Just find a way to make any of them the same. Anyhow, you can make these 2 to be 4 and 4, or make these 3 and 3, or 2 and 2. Just make it the same, then it will be very easy to eliminate. So my beautiful people, this is very similar to the questions we have been solving above. It is still the same question. I have just remodified it so that it will be very easy for us to understand for those of us that have never come across simultaneous equation or what it involves. So now for us to solve this very simple exercise, all we have to do is to make either of x or y the same variable in either equation 1 or 2. So now, like for here now, for equation 1, I see that I have 3x plus 4y equals 10, and I have 2x subtract 2y equals 2. Now I see that my y can be easily eliminated because of the signs which are varying, plus 4 minus 2. All I just need to do is to make this 2y to look like this, and to achieve that, what do I need to do? Very simple. I just have to multiply everything in this equation 2 by 2. That way this will become 4x, this will become 4y, and this will become 4. When I multiply everything in equation 2 by 2, that will make it very easy for me to eliminate y. So let's do that in a minute. Okay, so we are multiplying everything in equation 2 by 2. That will give us 2 times 2x. Before then, let me just quickly write this equation 1 down, and then we'll multiply everything in equation 2 by 2. So for us to multiply everything in equation 2 by 2, that will, remember what we have here, 3x plus 4y equals 10, is the same as this. So we are multiplying everything here by 2 so as to make this 4y the same as this, so that it can be very easy for us to eliminate. So let's multiply through by 2. So 2 times 2x, that will give us 4x, and 2 times 2y, remember the sign negative, so that will give us 4y, and then equals to 2 times 2, that gives us 4. Okay, so remember how we have been doing everything else, so we will do this same that way. So now for this one, you will notice that I have plus 4y minus 4y. So that means like I have $4 and I'm owing $4. When I give out the $4 that I am owing, to pay back the $4 that I am owing, it means I am left with no cash. That gives me 0. So that means this is positive. So I'll just add 3x plus 4x, that gives me 7x. And you know, as we have been doing, plus 4y subtract 4y gives me 0, and then 10 plus 4 gives me 14. And if you have been following through my tutorial series, then you should know why we are dividing both sides by 7. So this will give us that 7 divided 7 is 1. So we are left only with x, which is equals to 14 divided by 7, and that gives us that x is equals to 2. And if we have gotten x to be equals to 2, then we can do something very simple here by substituting x equals to 2 in our equation 1, and we will do that just in a minute. And here we are with our question. Okay, let me correct this. Okay, so this is our equation 1, 3x plus 4y equals to 10, which is this. We are just simply substituting x, which is equals to 2, to this equation 1 so that we can get our y. So let's do that in a split second. 3x plus, please pardon me, the x is 2, so let me just do it immediately. So I'm left with x equals to 2, so that is this, plus 4y equals 10. Okay, 3 times 2, that gives me 6, plus 4y equals 10. And we know what to do here. We have to collect like terms. So 4y equals 10 subtract 6. Remember, the positive 6 coming over to the other side becomes negative. Then we are left with 4y is equals to 10 subtract 6, which is equals to 4. And if you have been following me in my tutorial series, you should know why we are dividing both sides by 4. So we are dividing with the coefficient of y, which is 4, and we have that y is equals to 4 divided by 4, which is equals to 1. So ladies and gentlemen, I believe that I have been able to clear your doubts and not to confuse you about how simple it is to solve for two unknown variables in simultaneous equation. There are a lot of word problems, real life scenarios that we can apply these principles to solve and find problems. If you are interested in that topic, word problems leading to simultaneous equation, I've got you covered. Just hit like, subscribe, and then place your comment in the sections below, and I will attend to it duly. Thank you and have a very wonderful day.